Alright guys, welcome to my 2015 WRX POV. I would love to start doing drives like this to showcase, you know, all the different variations of cars. Here we go. So I just want to start off by saying that I just got this new steering wheel. Feels great in the hands, got the carbon fiber up top, flat bottom, and the leather's brand new and it's got good ergonomic grip. I actually decided to upgrade because the line of work I'm in, I got a lot of chemicals on my hands, and the OEM leather steering wheel started to wear out. Now we got this. That dude's trying to yell at us. We won't talk about it. It's a garage sale. They probably saw the GoPro and were like, what the hell? Freshly loaded up on E85. Looks like we might actually have the perfect mixture here. So I just wanted to kind of take you guys for a drive and introduce you to my car. This is my third Subaru, my third tuned WRX, but really the one I've put the most work into. And here we are, tuned by Anthony AMBOT. I'm running on an E60 Flex Fuel tune. Oh, this guy's bagged. We'll give him some room. And might I say, Anthony did a great job. Just finished my most recent revision with him, probably 2 weeks ago. Today is, well, it doesn't say on my watch, but I believe today is the 22nd of May. Oh, let's hog the road. The drivers where I'm from are horrendous. I'm hoping you guys can get a good feeling of what the car sounds like. I know it's kind of windy. Just roll it up so we can make sure it sounds clear. So anyway guys, I've had this car since about 31,000 miles. I'm sitting right at 67,000. It's been reliable other than the OEM clutch went out right around 46,000 miles. I am the second owner. I have a feeling, I have a theory that the first owner learned how to drive stick on this car. But this platform, the V8 chassis, at least in the first couple years, had a problem with the clutch. There have been a lot of people that have reported new clutches around the 50,000 mile mark. Which, with that being said, I upgraded to a ACT street clutch with a light flywheel. It's got a lot of chatter and it's taken a long time to learn how to drive, but it really holds the power and puts it down well. The light flywheel's kind of loud, but like I said, it all fits pretty well in the current build, and it was a long-term play. Just kind of get around this guy a little bit. from other people. Coilovers. So right now I'm sitting on Faction Fab F spec daily driver coilovers. They do have the FR spec, which are the track inspired setup, but I opted for the daily since this is my daily. They've been pretty good, although I do feel the price point. They were $6.95 before tax, and I believe the FR spec are $8.95. They're just a little bouncy, and I'm sure I could tune them a little bit better, but right now I have them set right at the middle point in damping. Oh shit. I hope you guys saw that. That was crazy. Wow. Anyway, I have them set right on the middle damping setting, and I think it's just right. Gives me a little bit of a more planted feel in the corners and a lower ride height, but feels kind of like OEM. Since, you know, driving on aftermarket coilovers kind of sucks. I digress. Man, that biker. That was crazy. People are probably looking at me with the GoPro and thinking, what in the fuck is this guy doing? I do it for you guys. So I'll tell you a little bit about the car. Like I said, I'm tuned by Anthony AMBOT down in Florida. I'm actually in Oklahoma, and this is my 4th tune with him. I cannot recommend him enough. He's been extremely reliable. He's communicative. He's got a lot of business, so you have to follow his rules, but if you do, you will have a positive experience. And I will tell you this, he is a wizard with what he does with these cars. Yep, got the burble tune. But more than anything, just the way that he tunes the power and the throttle mapping is really for the best. The E60 feels like. Feels like you're in a turbo car, but the boost just makes it that much better. We're riding on stock internal, stock turbo. We've got a TurboXS front mount intercooler. We've got a Grimmspeed electronic boost control solenoid. Oh, why did I put on my blinker? We've got a Mishimoto Intake. We've got TGV deletes. We've got EGR unplug, COBB Flex Fuel Kit. And then for the exhaust system, what a great noise it has, what a great tone. Not too droney. I do have the back seat down so you guys can kind of get a little bit of a better tone. We've got a 1320 Catless downpipe. It was actually a pretty cheap downpipe off eBay, and it's been great. I've flirted with the idea of switching it up just a little bit, see if I can get a different tone, but that's neither here nor there, and not right now. I've prioritized other things, and like I said, the 1320 downpipe's been great. I've got a Invidia dual-in-1 Catback, and I'll show you guys that a little bit later, or right here. And like I said, it's been great. OEM headers, although I do plan on upgrading the headers here pretty soon. Whoa, that was crazy. What is going on today? People are out of their minds today. I'm just gonna keep it cool here. But guys, the noises are great, including that burble mod. I love the way the car sounds right now. See if we can get some. Just so you guys can kind of get a feeling for what it sounds like. Driving phenomenally on E60. E30, I pumped a full tank of E91 from an E60 tank. You've really got to be careful with E60 on these cars, especially if you're not running an aftermarket high pressure fuel pump. Ethanol can dry out all the components of your system, so just making sure that you use an additive every now and then, and using 91 tanks of 91 is going to keep you from having any problems. But one problem I was having is the HPF piece sticking a little bit just from running tank after tank of E85. But guys, I was running 65 to 70 blend, and that is not a good idea. But like I said, just a tank of 91, a couple tanks of 91, really fixed my problem. 91 has detergents in it that E85 doesn't have, and it's just, in general, a little more lubricated. So if you do decide to go flex fuel, just make sure you're keeping an eye on that. But otherwise, it's fairly simple. And if you can make sure that it is working, it is worth every penny, guys. Flex fuel, hands down, the most impactful modification I've made to this car. Like I said, 2015 FA20DIT. We're gonna rip it here in third gear and see what happens. Make sure the coast is clear. Here we go. It feels great, guys. Is loving it. Little salvage yard over there. I've been meaning to make it out to the salvage, see if I can find any random parts. There won't be anything for a WRX, I highly doubt it, but I'm sure there are a lot of parts that Subaru shares with this platform. So like I said, I've owned this car since about 31,000 miles. I've put approximately 36,000 miles on it. I've kept up my regular maintenance. I have been extremely meticulous with everything I've done. I have taken care of the car, and for that reason it's been reliable for me. I've been tuned at least on stage 2 modifications since about 40,000. So like I said, this was my third WRX, so I was quick to jump on the modifications. Gave it about a year on stock, and then I let it all run. And it's been nothing but reliable, guys. I'm actually coming up on an oil change interval and a plug interval. I will tell you this, if you decide to go E85, you will need to keep an eye on your plugs. I believe the OEM all stock interval is 30,000. Running Flex Fuel Kit, you're gonna want the interval to be a little bit closer to 10 to 15,000 miles, guys. I've been flex fuel with new plugs just about, let's see, 67,000, just about 5,000 miles. I already have the plugs, but I'll be putting those in sometime pretty soon here. See if we can go find some roads. Oklahoma has no roads. I need some mountains. Granny shifting. A lot of people walking out here. That view's beautiful, but there are no curvy roads. But just the way the power builds, guys, feels so smooth. Once I got the front mount intercooler, it really tied everything together. Heat soak is a real monster, man. It just makes the car really just not very fun to drive. You know, especially having a manual. I'm sure with the CVT it might be a little bit better, but getting heat soak in a manual in the middle of traffic, I'm not sure there's anything worse than that, guys. But the front mount took care of that. Additionally, the front mount makes it to where driving just on the highway is a little bit easier, since, you know, the power's there at all times with the front mount intercooler. About 93 intake temp, that's really not bad, guys. 80 degrees outside, and I'll do a couple pulls up here and you'll actually see that drop, which is really where the front mount shines. Now, I've seen some cops on this road before, so I'm going to take it a little easy, but I'm also going to give myself a little bit of room so that I can do some junior pulls. That burble mod, can't get enough of it. What a crazy place to pass. I wouldn't pass there. You got a double line and some hills. Guys, it'll throw you back in the seat. So much so you gotta slam on the brakes to make sure. Process of looking for a new 5-speed beater for a couple of reasons. First off, I would love to teach the lady how to drive stick so that she can beat on this thing for a little bit. really understand what makes it tick and what makes me tick too, because, you know, allowing her to slam through the gears of this thing will show her, you know, the reasons why I love it so much. But Ann just does a little project car, something I could maybe flip. So if you got any suggestions, put them down in the comment box. Right now I'm looking at $2,000 to $3,000 to spend. I was thinking maybe a Miata, Honda Civic. If I can find a Subaru, maybe a Subaru. But yeah, guys, that's really it. Oh, almost killed it. Doesn't matter how many years of stick shift experience I have, this HDS clutch is tricky. Just get on the boost here, guys. Just roll into it. Do a phenomenal job. But yeah, guys, she's pulling really hard right now. I've got no complaints. I think I'm getting pretty close to a power level that I want to live with. So we don't have to yell. I think if there's anything from here, I'm gonna have to sacrifice reliability and really start thinking about a daily driver. Other than this, I'm putting out somewhere between 360 and 400 on E60, which is just phenomenal, just phenomenal. Got a pretty annoying rattle back there, but you know, we'll ignore that for now. Handles like a dream. And just drives perfectly. I can just keep beating it up. It just keeps revving out. Sebring. Say the weak part of this car is definitely the tranny. I've had some problems with the tranny to some degree. Third gear has started to grind. All of AMBOT's maps, I do wide open throttle pulls in third gear, so I do have a feeling that that's caused some wear to third gear, although it's to be expected. If I've got to rebuild the tranny, I'll definitely be just going, I'm going to go ahead and swap in a STI tranny. That's usually the meta, that's what people have been doing, and I know that it can hold up to the power a lot better than the WRX can. WRX 6-speed tranny can. Just got to be wary of bikers on this road, guys. But we've got a pretty fun turn coming pretty soon. Everything's looking good. Dam is rock solid at 1. No timing being pulled. Let's see if we can slingshot around this. So you roll off the throttle for more grip. In an all-wheel drive car, if you feel yourself slipping, just let go of the throttle and get all your grip back. Got a bike ahead, so let's just know if it's the friendly bike. Either way, we want to make sure everyone's safe. But guys, the car just sounds phenomenal. All I want to do is keep throwing money at it, although I don't know where the point of no return is with these cars. They're still, in general, they're still undiscovered. I would say we haven't seen that crazy of numbers with the FA20 just yet. I think we've seen 500 with built internals. On the stock block, we repeatedly see around 400. Got another driving enthusiast ahead. He doesn't look like he looks like an ally biker. Oh, don't like that. Ouch, that wasn't good. What do we expect, guys, when we're driving on the back roads? Always want to be careful of bikers, guys. Now we got two with a tight curb, so I'm just gonna lay off and just hang out, make sure everyone's safe. Here's a real battle: motorcycle versus bicycle. They're both douchebags. LMAO. Tricky, look at that. Lots happened on this drive, guys. Just gonna kindly move over. Thank you, patron. Guys, I would like to make this channel something great, something we can all share. I would love to share different vehicles with you. I've got a lot of friends with a lot of different cars that I think I could showcase, explain, and teach you about. Please subscribe. Please comment. Please blow me up, ask me millions of questions. I love to talk about cars, guys, and I love to help you, so if there's anything I can help you guys with, let me know. If you got any questions about this platform, please don't hesitate. It's a fun platform. There's definitely a lot there. I will tell you this, a lot of people get caught up on the power number. That is nothing, guys. You know, safe power levels for this car are maybe in the 350 range. 350 horsepower, 350 torque. It's not all about the number, guys. It's about the way the experience makes you feel. So you can have 350 horsepower and you can take care of business. I mean, you can do some proper driving with horsepower like that. You may want to shave some weight depending on what kind of car you got, but it's not all about the power. Wow, look at that. Now that's something to see, guys. That's a car that we won't mess with. That's a boxer motor friend, but it's quite the opponent. Just grips. I mean, it's no problem. Hairpin turns, easy. Anything I want it to do, it'll do. On a dime. I think that helps. The Michelin Pilot Sports probably are helping with that. Just want to make sure we're safe on this road, guys. That's why I'm not going too crazy. We kind of can't see. Could be bikers, could be anything. We'll kind of whip it around this turn a little bit. Get the back to turn. And the burble mod is great. Just floating us around the curve. And it's easy. My favorite sign, guys, or one of my favorite signs. Just want to be careful. We don't know what's around. Oh man, the feeling of these curves, guys, though. And the torque vectoring in the 2015 really keeps you safe, really just bangs around the curve. That was bad, guys. Don't do that. Just rips you around, pulls you back. How's it going? Uh-oh. We don't want any upset neighbors here. Even this is my neighborhood, screw them. Cool houses. But like I said, guys, all around a phenomenal platform. There's my favorite sign. Make sure you're taking care of the turbo. Make sure you're changing your oil. Make sure you're using the right fuel. Don't want to mess something up. Turbo cars are a little different. They get pretty hot. So you want to make sure you're just taking the precautions, changing the oil. That's coming from a place of a burnt motor. I've blown my motor twice. My last Subarus. Not fun. Oil starvation. EJs were famous for it. Now we're in the FA platform and we don't know too much about it. We don't have too much historical data. It's 2021. This data, the turbo FAs have been out for only 6 years, whereas the EJ motors has had the EJ motor. Geez, guys, EJ motor has had 20 years of development, aftermarket development, testing, and etc., etc. But so far, we know that Subaru knows what they're doing, and they've developed a decent platform. It is a 2-liter, but the twin scroll turbo gives us torque down low. Makes it all okay. We're just gonna roll that stop sign, guys. Don't come after me. Might just edit that out. Might not. So much pollen in the air, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but if you're planning on moving to Oklahoma, remember, allergies are rough here. That's why I eat a daily dose of honey. Give myself an allergy vaccine. A natural one. Looks like we have exited the fun roads, guys. We're in some neighborhood. Don't want to do anything crazy here. Just gonna sit back and drive for a sec. I'm gonna go ahead and... I was gonna turn there, but I don't want to follow that guy. We're looking inside people's garages. Garfield Street. We're gonna turn left here. We're just gonna move to where civilization appears to be, or not civilization, but an exit. That looks like an exit. So we're gonna head that way and just roll the stop sign. Sorry, cops. Cops, if you drove manual, you'd hopefully understand. Gunshots. Don't call the cops for that. Sorry, popos, running another one. Might just have to edit this out. go look at that real quick. This guy's got a Honda STI. Honestly, that could probably be a good project car. Just take the wing off, sell it, get rid of that crap. Man, where's the exit? She's got a Starbucks. I want a Starbucks. Ma'am, where's the exit? She does not have a Starbucks. Neither do I. I've got whatever the heck this is. Guys, this is an interesting part. I don't know. I think I'm in a suburb of Tulsa right now. I just kind of started driving and ended up here. That's what I wanted to see. Headed south. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull one of these numbers. Oh, kind of a deep little hill right there. Trying to make sure everyone's safe. Oh, a stop sign, another one, man. What's with the city and stop signs? You guys are getting an inside look at one of the suburbs of Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is Sand Springs. Man, it's kind of ugly. But it's beautiful for its own reasons. Oh, there's the brakes. We are doing just fine, guys. Everything looking great. Having no issues at all with the car. I can just keep beating on it, keep beating on it, keep beating on it. Nothing happens. Now, with that being said, there is a responsible way to beat on your car. You know, you should not be going wide open throttle in 5th gear. If you're doing that, you better be pretty high up in the revs. That's all I gotta say. Uh-oh, guys, did we just make a fatal mistake? Are we gonna get stuck behind this train? Or is it gonna be a nice little view? Little fun, guys. Gotta have some fun with it. Nice, an entrance. Just kind of hesitant with the throttle there. It's an experience, guys. Definitely throws you back in your seat. Okay. Well, I would say don't go slow in the left lane, but I'm going pretty fast, so... Wow, look at that pollen, guys. So there is one more destination I would like to take you guys, and that's to the tunnels. Got the back seats open. The thing about these cars is that it's the community, it's about the info, it's about the access, it's about so much more than just the nerdy Subaru that everyone has. Everyone has the same Subaru, right? Mud flaps, big STI wing on a WRX, not an STI. I mean, It's about the ease of access. I can mod my car like that. I've got access to everything. AMBOT is just an email away, and he's one of 10. I mean, one of 10 reliable e-tuners. I'm sure there's hundreds. I've played around with the idea of being an e-tuner, although I don't have much experience. That's another reason why I would want to get a WRX that I can practice on that's not my daily. I also hate to blow this one up because, you know, this is my pride and joy. But AMBOT has had the trial and error for me, so he knows what's best. He's been great. Okay guys, like I said earlier, just want to make sure we're safe when it comes to bikers, although these are trikers. So I don't know about trikers. Trikers might deserve to get hit. Just some old people reliving their glory days. Good for them. But we're gonna just say peace to them because they are in our way. We've got the COBXS port, guys. I highly recommend you get a COBXS port if you're planning on building your Subaru. Does not matter which kind of Subaru it is, the COBXS port will be handy, at least with the WRX and Forester platform, XT platform. If you're interested in modifying your car in the slightest bit, the COBXS port is borderline mandatory. I'm gonna need to get over here, so I'm just gonna kind of casually inch over. Truck. This is definitely a sharp curve though. Always want to make sure we're being safe. Priority number one. If you're going to modify your car, you cannot be unaware or irresponsible, because you are not only endangering yourself, but you're endangering others. If you're gonna be flying down the highway, just make sure you're doing it at the right times. worry. Guys, this on-ramp sucks. I mean, this off-ramp. Oh man, look at that Porsche. Porsche's my favorite car, guys. Favorite type of car, favorite make. With that being said, I don't know if I would ever buy a Boxster, guys. Why buy a Boxster when you could buy a WRX? But in my future car collection, I'll just have both. I will tell you this, I've never had an STI. I've only had 3 WRXs. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got the duckbill spoiler on the car. Just can't put an STI wing on this thing, guys. It's just disrespectful, first off. I will say, as I've grown in power, I've found myself feeling a little squirrely on the highway at times, and so I've thought about the idea of an STI wing. With that being said, there's 2 reasons. One, I think it fits the body the best. I'm not necessarily a fan of the crazy track-inspired wings. With that being said, I don't like the idea of the clone or the wannabe STI. That honestly sounds worse than anything. But, you know, at some point it's function over form, and maybe we'll get to the point where we actually do need a wing. Now, will we go STI wing? That's a different story. Probably shouldn't pass this guy, but just going to. Well, will it work out? It did. Got Woodward Park on our left, guys. Beautiful place. Just roll through this stoplight. Guys, Tulsa has some of the worst streets probably in the United States. Not the best place for a lowered car, but you do what you can for the things you love. Let's see, Forester XT? Forester doesn't say XT. Go look at some car lots, guys, to see if I can find a proper build. Feels like I've got the damping just perfect right now. I actually deflated the wheels this morning ever so slightly. On the door card right here on the side, OEM says 33 PSI in the front, 32 PSI in the back. I was running 37 PSI in the front, 36 PSI in the back. And I will say I turned down the PSI in the tires. I deflated them ever so slightly, and it feels like I have a little bit more grip. I feel like I finally adjusted the damping as well to the spec that I like, so it's not too much rebound, but also just enough to where it's not terrible to drive. Right in the middle, actually. We have 32-way adjustable damping. I believe we are sitting right at 16, so on all 4 corners. I need to get over, guys. I feel like an asshole right now. Hopefully they'll understand. I'm sure they will. Although when we go through the tunnel, they're probably gonna hate me. Guys, I actually used to live there. It was a really cool place to live. I lived on the 19th floor. That is actually the very first building to ever be fully designed by robots. And when I say robots, I mean computers. And when I say computers, I mean math. So So guys, welcome to Riverside. This is where the river and Tulsa meet. We are approaching the tunnels and the gathering place. The gathering place is nationally recognized. Just gotta be wary about cops here. They hate my kind around here. We're too noisy. But today we're gonna outsmart these pigs. One cool thing about living in Oklahoma is that we've got a lot of oil, and so the emissions laws are definitely kind of laxed here, which works out in a tuner's favor. I have a Catless 1320 downpipe, as I mentioned earlier. Definitely not environmentally friendly, but you know what? I recycle. See if we can get some gunshots here, boys. I know we can, and these people know we can. Oh no, that's abusive. Sorry, people. Hate on. Let's see what kind of looks we get. Plus, they're gonna see the GoPro. It's not gonna be good. Not gonna be good. They can suck it. I'm not an active shooter. I'm an active Subi driver, which is probably worse. Guys, I don't know what they're building there, but that looks great. We've got these basketball courts right here, tons of parking, obviously. This has been a great addition to Tulsa. Basketball courts, basketball courts. There's a skate park back there. You could drive on that. Oh, is that a cop? I bet it's a cop. I don't know if you're allowed to drive onto that, people. I guess those people aren't. Wasn't a cop, but you know. And then we got these, which are Edgewater, strangely painted. It's fine. And we'll start making our way back to the layer. We'll silence our gunshots. See if we can make the light though. Go, 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 go. We're gonna make it. Keep going. Man, he really had to slow down. He didn't have the center of gravity that I do. Lowered about an inch on these Faction Fab F-Spec coilovers. And guys, you probably have noticed that I've been granny shifting into third. Well, it's because it's been grinding so much, so I'm just trying to make it not grind, if possible. I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, which fixed it, which is just changing the tranny fluid. With that being said, I know the diff fluids probably need to be changed soon, and that's something I'll add to the list. We're at 67,000. Nice to have some smooth roads. We're actually going to take a left ski at this light. Oh, not yet. simple power, guys. That's what's fun. Just kind of whipping around in a safe manner, quick 20 to 40 pull, not doing anything crazy, trying not to do anything dangerous, trying. Doing my best to make sure everyone's got their best interests in mind. You know, me as someone who really thoroughly enjoys speed, but also enjoys living, wants to make sure that I'm taking the best precautions to make sure that I'm safe. And in doing that, I make sure that you're safe. I know I've been talking about safety this whole time, as I'm thrashing around in a 400 horsepower Subaru. Hey, it's fun, guys. Letting it build. It's been a great driver, great daily driver. The clutch pedal's definitely pretty heavy, pretty stiff, but you know, we get by. And I believe, no, that's a Honda Pilot. Can't see whether or not there are cop lights on that. No, it's a Honda Pilot. We're in the clear. Guys, brand new car. Today's May 22nd. He's only had that car for a couple of hours. That's pretty cool. Congrats, brother. That's a nice car, too. Maybe one day I can drive one of those. Did I say Pilot? Is that a Passport? Does that say Passport or Pilot? I'm blind. Hyundai Genesis. Man, I hate when they switch to that body style. It's a Passport. What was I thinking, guys? All this corn fuel. That's a nice house, guys. One day we will have our garage, we will have our house, and hopefully it's from ad revenue and subscriptions. Guys, please like this video. Let's see if I can get you on my recommended. If I can get, let's see if you can get me on your recommended, or if I can get myself on your recommended. Just hit the like button. And if you hate cars, hit the dislike button. Or if you actually hate me, hit the dislike button so that I can improve. Which I'll always be improving, guys. I'm going to try to unload a lot of material for you guys here in the coming months, years, weeks, etc. And there's random guy mowing. Hey, random guy mowing. Shirtless. What are you trying? What are you doing? People are insane, man. People are actually insane. They just make up their own rules. And what's crazy is that the guy driving a fast car speeding is the asshole. The one who's taking all the taking all the necessary precautions to make sure that both people are safe. Just ridiculous. We've got so much on video, guys. We've got the dirt biker at the beginning. We've got the two bikers. the motorcycle and the cyclist. And then we've got people just making illegal left turns. We also have me going 120 miles an hour in Mexico. We're in Mexico, guys. I'm not gonna just pull out in front of this guy because that's not how turning left works at a light. But I will pull out in front of this guy. Third gear, a little sticky, guys. It's not good. Oh man. The whole view has probably not been that great, I bet. Now it's suddenly good. Well, I might post it anyway, guys. Almost home. Oh, there's the dream car. We've been recording for an hour, guys. Did recently clean the MAF, guys. I was getting some lean pops. I'd be under throttle and it would suddenly lean out just slightly. It would go from like 10 to 13. I actually over torqued the bolt that screws in the MAF sensor, and I think it's a little loose, and so I just cleaned the MAF a little bit. And now it feels like it's running pretty good. But yeah, guys, that bolt is very delicate, so just make sure you're careful with that. guys, and just like on the track, this is where the cool down begins. Right at the top of this hill, I usually throw it neutral and just coast the rest of the way. Usually have just enough power to make it all the way back into my garage. Unless we have to stop at this stop sign, of course. We will slow down, but we're not going to stop because, you know, just cause. Slice it over here. Say hi to the lawn mowing guy. Kind of give it a little break just to dice it this way. Sideways enough to get windshield wiper fluid off balance. Shortly we will open the garage. Still in neutral, still rolling, laying on the brake, slingshot it into the driveway. And we make it all the way home without one lick of gas. Guys, the car's been great. If you've got any questions, feel free to ask. Leave comments in the bottom, like and subscribe. Thank you.